Welcome to week 4 of our Bible reading plan. This week, you'll be reading Genesis chapter 27 through Genesis chapter 37. And the two memory verses will be 2 Corinthians 10, verse 12, and then 1 John chapter 3, verse 18. So in this week's reading, we're going to read about Jacob deceiving his brother Esau, and then Esau wanting to kill Jacob, and then Jacob fleeing from home. And then Jacob eventually had 12 sons. And his sons ended up ganging up on their brother Joseph and selling him into slavery. Now, I want to share a verse with you that stuck out to me. In Genesis chapter 37, verse 25, here's what we read. And before I read it, I just want to give you the setting. Joseph is coming to visit his brothers. And when his brother sees him, they have jealousy in their hearts. And they eventually grab Joseph and they throw him into a cistern. Now, before that, you'll read they thought about in Genesis 37 killing him. And then they said, well, let's just throw him into a cistern. And then eventually they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites going to Egypt. And they said, well, we'll just sell him into slavery. This is shocking. Of course, this is their brother. Now, but in Genesis chapter 37, verse 25, as Joseph is in this cistern, maybe they're thinking of letting him starve to death. We don't know. But it says this in Genesis 37, verse 25. It says, as they sat down to eat their meal. And then after that, they looked up and saw this caravan of Ishmaelites and they said, well, we'll just sell them into slavery. But think about that. As they sat down to eat their meal. I mean, how could they eat at a time like this? I mean, their brother is fighting for his life in a cistern. They're thinking of letting him starve to death or killing him. And they said, hey, I'm hungry. I need to eat. This shows the depravity of humanity. One of my commentaries says this does show how far and wicked Joseph's brothers had gotten, knowing that their brother is fighting for his life as they're thinking of killing him. But yet, soon after that, they're ready to eat. And this reminds me of times in my life where I have been very aware of the pool of sin and the darkness of my heart and the depravity of my heart and my need for God to help me. I try to put boundaries in my life, boundaries in my marriage, because I don't think I'm a good person without the Lord. I need his help. I need to stay connected to the Lord because I don't trust myself. And I hope you don't trust yourself either. We are all depraved. We are all wicked and sinful without the help of the Lord. I've heard a saying that says, every man is just a man at best. So we are depraved. That's what sticks out to me. We can, in many ways, be Joseph's brothers. But here's what sticks out to me about God. God is faithful. Because God ended up using these same brothers to be a part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Their name lives on forever. When you read Revelation, you will read about their names. So as wicked as they are, as depraved as they are, their names live on. And God ultimately showed his goodness and faithfulness and love towards us in the best way by sending Christ to die for us because we are sinful and we need his grace. So I pray you receive that grace if you haven't already. And I hope that you're enjoying this Bible reading plan with your small group or friends and that God is speaking to you and drawing you closer to him. Talk to you soon.